If IELTS writing task 1 is a bar chart, a line graph, a pie chart, or a table, do you know the first question you need to ask from a language point of view? I'm going to play a short video in which I explain what it is and why you need to ask this question, whatever form the data is presented in. In other words, whether it's a bar chart, a line graph, a pie chart, or a table. I should warn you that I'm at a very early stage in my filmmaking career and haven't been approached by Hollywood studios yet. But I've decided that from the point of view of helping people who need to boost their IELTS writing score from 6 to 7, getting a video done is better than getting it perfect. Summarizing statistics. In almost all university courses and in many jobs nowadays, you need to be able to describe data. You need to be able to summarize statistics. And the data may be presented in the form of a table, it may be presented in the form of a pie chart, it could be a line graph, it could be a bar chart. There are lots of different forms in which data can be presented, but when you're describing it in words, regardless of the particular form, you are doing the same thing. And there is one key question you need to ask to begin with. Are you being shown data from a point in time, so perhaps just 1 year, or are you being shown data from a period of time, perhaps a 10-year period, where you have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you can see change? If you only have a point in time, you can't talk about change. So you can't talk about increase or decrease. You can only make comparisons. And in some ways, that can make it more difficult to score a high mark in the IELTS exam, because you need more variety. We'll be looking at 3 structures that will help you to score more marks in an exam, and if you're giving a presentation, to give yourself more variety and make it less repetitive and more interesting. So instead of, let's say, if you're playing tennis, instead of just playing the forehand all the time, you can play the backhand, and you can also do a volley. In terms of language, we'll be looking at a positive comparison, a negative comparison, and a more advanced way of making a comparison. Now, if it's a period of time, you can also describe change. You can still make comparisons and use the 3 structures, the same 3 structures, but we'll also show you 3 different structures you can use when you're talking about change. And in some ways, if you have to describe a period of time in an exam, you might end up having too many options. So the difficulty might not be thinking about how you get enough variety, but it might be, okay, what do I leave out? Which would be a nice choice to have. To start with, though, we're going to start with making comparisons. Line graphs tend to show a period of time, but with bar graphs, pie charts, and tables, it could be either a period of time
or a point in time. And identifying whether you're dealing with a point in time or a period of time is very important from a language perspective. So this next week, try to look at a few charts and tables every day and practice asking this question consciously until you start to do it automatically. That's your homework.